Hello Scorpio, welcome. It's Sandra here from Wolf Moon Tarot. I hope you're all well wherever you are. This is your reading for the 24th through to the 30th of January 2022, or thereabouts. It could resonate a little bit beyond that time. It is a general reading, Scorpio, so it won't resonate with everybody, but it certainly will with some. So let's see. We'll start with the Oracle of Visions, and just to get some overall energies for you. So what have we got for Scorpio, please? What is it important for Scorpio to consider or to be aware of at this time? What have you got for Scorpio? 24th to the 30th of January 2022. Just to bear in mind also at this time, Scorpio, Mercury is still retrograde, and so it slows things down a little bit. So it's just giving extra time for travelling, for making plans, looking at the small print a little bit more in contracts or before deciding to make any major purchases. Okay, that's all. It's nothing to be worried about. It's just being extra cautious and giving things a little bit more time and attention. All right, it comes to an end on the 3rd of February, so it's not here for very long. Okay, what have we got for Scorpio, please? Okay, so we have number 7, and this talks about infinity, having no limits, but persevering with something. So not allowing yourself to be restricted, but the need to persevere, and very much a Mercury retrograde energy, I feel. Okay, no limits. And then number 39, and this talks about offering comfort. It's a healing and caring energy and offering comfort. Right. It'll be something a little bit different for all of you, Scorpio. So let's have a look at the Psychic Tarot. Let's see what the Psychic Tarot wants to say at this time. What messages have we got that are important for Scorpio to hear? Please. What is important for Scorpio to consider at this time? So we have the heart of your reading, Scorpio, the root of the matter, past influences, what's on your mind at the moment, the future going forward, and then something else that the energies would like to say to you at this time. And at the bottom of the deck we have heartache and loss. So there's something that's pulled at your heartstring, probably as the result of something difficult. It could be a betrayal, a loss of some sort. So something's really affected your heart centre here, a sense of sadness and grief. All right, so let's see what this is to do with Scorpio. So let's have a look at the energy around these cards, these messages. Okay. So could we clarify all of the cards on the table, please, for Scorpio? Clarify all of the cards on the table for Scorpio, please. And at the bottom of the deck we have the second chakra, which is Archangel Ariel. And this is chakra just behind your tummy button, and this is to do with well, just below your tummy button in the gut area. But this is to do with desires, creativity, passion, sort of all those sorts of energies. All right, and it's bright orange. Okay, so let's see where this fits in. Some form of passion and desire, wants perhaps. Okay. Right, let's have a look. At the heart of your reading, we have triumph and financial constraints, Scorpio. The triumph is the Chariot in ordinary tarot. It's a major arcana. It's a Cancer energy. But this is about something charging forward, picking up a pace, taking the reins, taking control. It's certainly to do with some form of... generally to do with some form of success and achievement, but things, you know, going forward quite quickly, movement happening. But the clarifier is financial constraints. So this is about when there's a sense of lack here. You can see the larder is empty. There's cobwebs in there. There's no food. So this talks about financial constraints, you know, less money than what you normally would have had, you know, a sense of lack, of not having quite enough. And that's clarifying something, picking up a pace and moving forward quickly. So let's see if we can get more information. I mean, generally triumph is, as it says on the tin, it's a triumphant energy. But sometimes we can be very successful and triumphant with something, can't we? But it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to bring in any extra money or, you know, to make our situation any better. Let's see, what's at the root of this? Well, we have triumphant success and the sun. So there's been, you know, triumphant success. This is a fabulous energy. This is the Ace of Swords. And this is grasping the nettle, grasping the sword and cutting away the dark clouds, cutting away, removing that which no longer served you or was purposeful. So really, you know, taking action and being triumphant and successful. And the sun is it's the most optimistic card in the tarot. And the sun brings warmth, new life, growth, expansion, happiness, joy. So fantastic energies here. For at the root, this is already in place. So very much successful, taking action yourself, you know, bringing in success and joy and happiness. All right, so that was very positive at the root of this. And it looks like whatever you've been successful with for some of you, and it's been going forward at quite a pace, triumphant, it's on the back of, or it's brought in, some form of financial constraint. Let's have a look. Okay, so the past influences, we have fertility, which is the Empress energy, and we have hostilities. So this beautiful fertility energy, this new creation, new beginning, that was very heartfelt. You see the Empress's heart chakra is glowing there. So something that brought in a lot of love, a love and caring, nurturing, empathetic, compassionate energy. And it promised growth and expansion, new beginnings and new opportunities. However, alongside of this, we have hostilities. Not everybody, or somebody in particular, wasn't happy with this, Scorpio, wasn't happy with this new growth, this fertility, this new opportunity. For some of you, this may be about a pregnancy, and somebody wasn't happy. But not for everybody, that's just for somebody, perhaps. All right, but so this is a past influence. Because remember, we have had heartache and loss on the table here. And also caring and nurturing and loving energy. Just bear with me a minute, Scorpio. I've just got to put a little bit more water into my oil burner. Just getting a bit dry. There we go. Right, okay, let's have a look what's on your mind. So what you're thinking about is a victory and success. And you're thinking about, this is the thinking man. So you're thinking about being successful in some area. And of course, we've already seen triumphant success at the root of this situation. So you're thinking about the success, some achievement and victory, you know, that you're probably talking about and sharing the information about this with others. And then we have the thinking man. Now, this is either yourself or somebody connected to you, but giving some real deep thought to this, trying to understand what it is. You see the thinking man looking at crystals in his hand, and he's trying to understand what it means. What's the excitement about crystals? What does all that mean? So I just want to give you the scenarios that are coming to me now to do with these two messages, that for yourself, that you've been very victorious and successful, and you've been thinking about that, and then giving it a lot of thought to make sense, to get more sense of what this is, you know, what it's all about, getting a better understanding, you know, giving mental clarity and logical thought to the situation. Now, for others of you, I feel, yes, you've been thinking about this, being victorious, but there's somebody connected to you that is trying to get a better understanding of what it's all about. Going forward, we have movement, choices and decisions. And we have the garden and the gate. Movement, choices and decision. This is coming to a fork in the road. We can see the shadow, the person standing here, his shadow is split into two. So he's got to decide which archway to walk through here. So there is certainly movement. There's movement happening here, to the point where there's a decision to be made, a choice to be made here between options. And it's to do with the garden and the gate. And this is when we become aware of broader horizons. This young woman has purposefully chosen to stay within the confines of this garden because that's where it feels safe. It's what she knows and what she understands. But she's looking quite wistfully beyond the garden gate to the horizon there. And she's becoming very aware of all the possibilities. And I feel for going forward, this is what's, for some of you, Scorpio, you're going to become aware of possibilities, you know, of choosing a new direction, a different direction for yourself that's going to allow you to expand out from the restrictions that you may have purposefully put around yourself because that's where it felt safe. But moving beyond that, going forward. But you have free will, Scorpio, so you making that decision whether you want to venture forward in a new direction or not. I'm just listening to the blackbird outside with his evening song. So, what would your guides like to say to you now, Scorpio? Well, we have hope, which is the star energy. So this is having hope, you know, wishing on a star, holding hope in the palms of your hand. Major arcana, so significant energy. So having hope, and it's to do with the family situation. This is to do with happiness, success and achievement within the family. Happy family, you know, holding out for hope for happy families, to be happy within the family, for the family to be happy and secure. Whatever family means for you, Scorpio. All right, so very quickly, just having a quick look at the cards. We've had infinity, so don't hold yourself back. But you know, it's about applying yourself here, to having no limits, but persevering in a direction. Having care, nurturing, looking after, having compassion and empathy for yourself and for others. But at the heart of it is something picking up a pace and starting to go forward quickly, quite successfully. But for some reason, it's created financial constraints. All right. And at the root of it, you've been successful, you grasped the nettle, and it's been a success. You took action. And it was very well aspected by the sun energy. And in the past, it's something to do with fertility. And as I say, for somebody, this could be talking about a pregnancy. But it doesn't have to. It could be anything that's been creative, a new opportunity, new beginning, that's important for your heart. But it created hostilities. It's created hostilities from somebody, or from a few around you. This new beginnings didn't go down very well with somebody, I feel. But what you're thinking about is success, victory and success, being successful. And there's a thinking man here. It's either you thinking deeply about it or somebody else giving it a lot more thought now. But you have had heartache and loss. There's something that's broke your heart, that's given you a sense of loss. But you've got your creativity with your second chakra now activated. This is about your desires, your hope, your wishes now going forward. And then, yes, going forward, a time coming that you're making a decision, probably between two options here. And just considering now whether to go out of the garden gate that feels, opening the garden gate and going out of the garden place that feels safe and secure, your environment that feels safe and secure, and expanding your horizons, going now in a new direction. But that'll be a decision you'll probably have to make going forward, Scorpio. But holding out for hope, you're very hopeful for the happy family, you know, for joy, abundance and expansion within a family situation. So you're very hopeful. So it's a lovely reading, Scorpio, whoever this was for. So could we have two final messages for Scorpio, please, to conclude this reading? Two final messages for Scorpio. Two final messages for Scorpio, please. Alright, Scorpio, we've got desert passage, so trust there's a divine plan and surrender to the journey, release control. Alright, so desert passage, you know, going from A to B in the desert under the hot sun, you know, would be difficult, wouldn't it? So, but there's a way to negotiate your way forward. So, and this is reflecting what the universe is saying to you, Scorpio, is that yes, the going's going to feel tough. It's going to be a bit difficult. It's going to feel tough at times, but you're going to be able to overcome any challenges. And they also want to say there is a divine plan in operation here. You are exactly where you need to be, you know, along with all the struggles and the difficulties. This is a time that you learn the most and become a lot more wise and knowledgeable to do with this particular situation, whatever it means for you, Scorpio. There is a divine plan in action here, and it's part of your soul journey. Surrender to the journey, release control. So you're in the boat, you're on the way. The lantern is lit by the light of the full moon. So you're well on the way, you're on the way with your journey. And the universe wants you to surrender to this journey that you're on and release control. Okay. So lovely messages there for you. And whoever it was for, I hope you've gleaned some support from this, and some clarification and confirmation about the situation and that you find yourself in at this time. But in many respects, it is a lovely reading for you, Scorpio. So I'm going to leave it there, but good luck going forward. And until next time, bye-bye for now.